Today we're gonna talk about the culture and Hello! Hello! This is Soomin.
And this is James.
Today we're gonna talk about the cultural differences we have in our relationship. A couple of weeks ago, I posted something on my community on my channel about Q&A video if they have any questions that they want to know. I realized that quite a lot of people are wondering if there is any cultural differences in our relationship or more like cultural conflicts that we are having. So today we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But the question is, do we actually have any cultural differences?
Do you think we have any cultural differences?
I don't think we have any.
I don't think me and you have any, but there are like quite a few between England and Korea.
If I met you like 2 or 3 years ago, then we would have had a lot of cultural differences. I think I learned from my experiences. Now, if I think about it, more than 80% of the guys that I dated in my entire life are non-Korean. So I have more data from non-Korean people than Korean guys. I learned from my mistakes. I got used to all the dating cultures or the culture in the UK when I met you.
Yeah.
So that's why I always say you actually pop into my life on the right timing.
I guess one of the big things would be dating culture, how like here it's a lot more like, I don't want to say casual, but more relaxed. There's not that many rules to it.
But then again, there are quite a lot of rules too. Like you guys have rules in a different way.
What rules?
Like casual dating, hooking up, exclusive relationship, like defining the relationships. Those are all rules, I think.
But they're not rules, they're like categories of relationship. So like we don't have as many rules, but we have a million different categories, so it's really confusing to find. So it's not as like black and white.
So we don't have cultural differences in our relationship. That's the end of the video. We have differences because we have different personalities.
Yeah. It's just personal differences rather than anything else.
What kind of difference we have because we have different personality?
You're cleaner than me. Like straight up, I'm not the cleanest person in the world. I am a little bit obsessed with cars, and you are definitely 100% not obsessed with cars. And think I'm an idiot for doing anything to do with this car. I'd say cooking is different as well.
I eat rice and you eat potato. Yeah. I kind of like the fact that we cook for ourselves and eat together. Yeah. Because I don't have to worry about if you like the food that I'm making, or you don't have to worry about if she's gonna like this British food. Yeah. But I'm comfortable with that. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Get to eat all the food I like. It's great.
The only thing that we argued that much at the beginning of our relationship was because of the cleaning up stuff. Yeah. One time that I literally walked out from our apartment because I was too angry. Yeah. But I just needed my own time to, calm myself down. But you were just shitting yourself waiting for me. Yep. Yeah. Well, sorry that I didn't tell you that I needed some time, but I was too angry. I didn't know this until you moved in with me, but I think I have like OCD tendencies. I'm not like OCD, but there was some rules with all the cups and dishes, how I fold clothes. There was some rules when I organized some stuff, and my apartment used to be very neat and tidy.
Then you met me.
You are like the type of person who just, leave everything there. Yeah. So I can literally see what you did in the living room.
I did used to work as a cleaner. I was one of the best cleaners there.
What happened to you now?
Life.
Fair enough. Well, how come we don't argue that much? We don't argue anymore.
Because I've accepted the fact that you're right.
Good. That's good. We used to fight a lot over cleaning stuff. We got used to each other now, so that's why we don't fight anymore. So any other differences?
Oh yeah, the video.
What kind of problem do you think we have in our relationship?
We don't go out that much.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more of a potato than you are though. Because you try. I don't.
I try not to be potato in the bed, but you...
literally, as soon as I'm home from work, I'm just like, nah. You try see people and have friends. I don't.
I think we're like completely out of topic.
Oh yes, cultural differences. I'm going to try to think of something.
Okay.
Give me a second. I need my brain to work.
Okay.
It takes time.
I don't think we have conflicts because of cultural differences in our relationship.
I think we just both try to like understand when, if any cultural difference comes up, we just kind of like try to understand the other person's point of view.
Yeah. That's why it doesn't actually become a problem. Because we talk a lot. We talk about random stuff for like hours.
It's like, oh yeah, in 5 years, I want to be doing this.
What was the stuff that we were talking about?
Was it buying a house?
You talk about buying a house all the time, not the one.
It's because I've got a plan. So we buy a house and then I can start saving up to get a really nice car.
Okay.
Not obsessed.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No.
What was it? You were going to say something.
When we like plan stuff in the future, there's a different expectation for you than there is for me.
Like what?
Like marriage-wise, not proposing. Like someone genuinely thought that was a real proposal last time. It's not. It's me being sarcastic. Getting married here is different than if you get married in Korea. There's a different like expectation of what you get and stuff like that. So like cultural differences do come up. It's more just like an interesting thing rather than anything else. We could talk about how like here I'm sort of more expected to be independent with my parents and stuff. Yeah,
that's another cultural difference. In Korea, you live with your parents until you get married. That's normal.
Here, when you can move out, you do. You don't really live with your parents that long. Yeah,
so my parents got really impressed by the fact that you are financially independent at your age, because you were 20 when you were financially and also the reason why I want to be financially independent is because of you mainly. I think it's a good thing, like you are taking all the responsibilities in your life. And the car. And also, another thing. When I told my parents that we were moving into your parents' house, but then you're gonna pay the rent, my parents was like, "What? Really? He has to pay rent to his parents?" And I'm like, yeah. And my mom actually told me like, "Oh, you guys are free to live in our place if you want to live here." So I'm like,
so not everyone does it here. It depends on the family. But my parents basically say if you're working, you're not in education, and you're living with us, then you have to pay a contribution. It's not quite rent. It's very, very cheap and sort of teaches you that like you have to pay to like live somewhere. Sort of you pay for a little bit, you work for what you have, so it sort of teaches you the value of money a bit more, I think.
When I heard that you're gonna pay rent to your parents, I was like, oh yeah, that's fair enough, because and also it's really cheap. So for me, it was like, oh God, they're giving us to save, money. So that's why I told this to my parents. My parents' reaction wasn't the one that I expected. I tried to say this because it's such a nice offer. Yeah, realized that they're Korean, and okay, I need to think in Korean way when I talk to my parents. Yeah. My parents teach me the value of money in a different way. I make like PowerPoint.
I found this so funny.
I make PowerPoint of the stuff or the like financial plan that I need just to present in front of my parents. For example, like 5 years ago, I wanted MacBook. And I didn't have enough money, but then I knew I was gonna get a scholarship. So I made the whole PowerPoint with the money that I'm gonna get from my scholarship. But I need the MacBook as soon as possible because of this and this and that. And I present that in front of my parents in the living room. Even here in the UK, I always make some kind of documents and then send it to my dad, hoping that he would approve it. So my parents teach me the value of money in that way. In both the ways, we learn the value of money, so which is good. Yeah, it's raining outside and we're in the car and it's really nice. Yeah, we're having a cup of coffee and talking about the cultural differences that we don't have. That was the end of video. Hope you guys find it interesting. I'm gonna finish this video very awkwardly, like I always do. Say bye-bye. Louder.
Bye-bye.